Hello guys, I'm Michael the plugin genius from Admix, and today I'm going to be showing you our top tips when placing in-play banners in FPS or action games. So let's go. The first scene we're going to be taking a look at is this New York Underground scene. And it's probably one of the most natural environments when it comes to using in-play banners, with various posters and billboards scattered around the environment, giving you the creative freedom to go wild. But one of the top tips is to not go too crazy. You need to be careful when spacing your in-play banners. From big to medium to very small billboards you see in this environment, you need to be using the correct size placements. Of course, you can change the size of these placements, but make sure that you always enlarge the placement from the middle, otherwise you'll break the aspect ratio of the ad placement. So just like this, if you want to go to here, you're always constantly enlarging the ad placement from the middle instead of it being, for example, like this, because you'll break the aspect ratio of the ad placement. In this scene we have two different ad placement here. One's a little bit more larger than the other, but I've used two different shaders on each of these placements. So for example, on this one I've used a wooden style texture for this billboard. This one I've used a more gritty, grainy, kind of like dirty wall style shader on this one. So if we get close, it's more bumpy, and you can change all of that in the the options down here. And if you want a more clearer tutorial of an example on how to add shaders to in-play banners, I will leave a link down in the comment for you. Go and check that video out, and then you can come back to this one and continue. Now, I've not scattered loads of in-play banners around this environment, but I'll show you a few of the key areas that I have used. So for example, with a big open spaced area like this one on this platform, you can use the more open wide areas of the walls to put billboards that aren't naturally already placed in the environment. I've added one ad placement with a different sized creative here as the character walks down the stairs. So this placement will always be on the character's field of view or their eye shot. If they're spaced out and you have your own creatives in the environment as how you set your game out, say if there's any posters or anything that you'd like to show from your game, you can have them spaced out in between each one anyways. One more really cool thing that I've added to this scene is placements on a moving train. Now obviously if you go to an underground or you go to the tube or wherever you're from, the subway, you have loads and loads of advertisements on the upper side and on the doors of the train. So what you can do is you can actually place banners or in-play banners in these normal natural places that you would see ad placements anyways, and place them along the train line. And now I've not added loads, but you can add as many as you'd like as long as you're spacing them out as always. So here we have it. We've got one placement over there, a couple of bystanders, pedestrians walking across the platform. We've got one really nice one in a dark lit area over there with a shader attached to it. We have this one over here with that. So if you get a bit closer, you can see the shader, the more gritty texture, the dark style placement here. We have these placements along this walk here, which is cool. Onto the train, we've got some ad placements up on the train itself. Now let's move on to a more slightly different environment, this sci-fi cyberpunk style polygon scene that I've been working on. The one thing I really like about this environment is that it's super bright and colorful and very neon-like for you to use textures and shaders to pop out and show off your ad placements. Another cool thing that you would expect to see in a more cyberpunk sci-fi style city like this one is having loads of billboards, ad placements and banners pretty much everywhere within this environment. So we have a moving billboard here that will move in a specific area or location within the environment. If you want a tutorial on me showing you how to make moving platforms or billboards, I will leave a link downstairs for you guys to go and check that one out, and then you can come back to this one. Now I'm going to click play for this environment and show you how it looks from a player's point of view. And the one really cool thing about this is that we have these moving billboards with the ad placements, but they're not the only thing moving within the environment. We have these NPCs that are randomly walking, like you see these pedestrians on the street, and then you have these flying moving cars in the sky as well. So it really opens up the area, so it's not the only thing moving in within the environment. The ad placements are always constantly within the view of the field of view of the player. And lastly, we're going to take a trip into space where I've created a base on Mars. With an environment like this, TV screens and monitors are your best friend because you would expect to see them scattered around the environment. So what I've done for an environment like this is I've gone and used the TV screens and monitors around my environment. So for example, we have these monitors that are coming down from the ceiling on these pedestals. So I've added a placement on this one here, and I really like this one because it looks like you're hacking into the mainframe and like the US government thing. But then there's like an ad placement here as well. And then as you make your way towards the huge door that's here, you're greeted with two placements on either side of you. So you walk around this environment, we have all these props here, like these books. We have this, you know, this PC that's here on the side of the wall with like a green lit, which is cool. And then you make your way around here and you've got one placement on the wall here. And then you make your way into the big room, and it's just very nice and lit, and it matches the, you know, the blue color like aesthetic for this room as well. So that's our top tips to give you a head start when using in-play banners in FPS or action games. Let us know downstairs in the comments if there's anything else you guys would like to learn about in-play. And don't forget to join our Discord to be part of our growing community full of developers and help from the team. And as always, you can follow us on our socials at Admix Play to keep up to date with everything Admix. I will leave a link to all of the assets that I've used throughout this video and any other tutorials that I mentioned throughout this video as well, to give you guys a little bit extra help. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Sweet.